All right, Shalom. This is your brother Ayasha Barazar with the Indianapolis camp of the Great Millstone. I'm here to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well in teaching us this 100% truth. Salutations to them and my fellow Akim who labor in this truth week in and week out on the highways and byways. Also, salutations to the hopeful elect of the scattered 12 tribes of Israel, scattered to the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, also known as your Israelite foreigners, and your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. To you, I say shalom. All right, just going to get right into it. Got this article from the Daily Mail. Yeah, Kanye West is at it again, but through the spirit, got a feeling that this is a psyop for them to come down hard on Jake, especially the uh, the Israelites. All right, several brothers have already done videos on this. Just want to do my part and pick out some things here that should be edifying for the body. I'm just going to start off from the Daily Mail from yesterday, October 9th, 2022. And then the headlines is Kanye threatens to go to war. See how war is in all caps with Jewish people. Claims he can't be anti Semitic because black people are actually Jew also. After his Insta was so restricted for saying Diddy was being controlled by Jewish people. There's a couple points I'm going to hit right here. I'll put the link to the article in the description box. It says after being censored on Instagram, Kanye West returned to Twitter with a tweet suggesting that he would be going Defcon 3 on Jewish people. He added, the funny thing is I can't actually be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jew also. All right, well, a couple things here. Let's first of all get that definition of DEFCON. All right. And this is from the Merriam-Webster's Dictionary. DEFCON. Oh, there goes that. Those ads again. Slock you. All right, DEFCON. And it reads any one of 5 levels of U.S. military defense readiness that are ranked from 5 to 1 according to the perceived threat to national security, with 1 indicating the highest level of perceived threat. Um, it was, and there's a sample of it. It was determined that the Secretary of Defense had the authority to declare DEFCON 3 on his authority. So that's somewhere in the middle. But it says a military defense. All right. We know Kanye has a lot of followers and a lot of money, but he doesn't have a military. And just to give more clarity to this, let's get the word defense. Okay. And it reads the act or action of defending, the defense of our country. Speak out in defense of justice, quickly jump to her friend's defense. Law, the denial, answer, or plea. No, it's not that one. 2, capable of resisting attack. Okay. Any means or method of defending or protecting oneself, one's team, or another. All right. Yeah, pretty much that's it. So I'll go with 4, definition 4. Slovakia definition 3. Means or method of defending or protecting oneself, one's team, or another. And then in number 2, definition 2, capability of resisting attack. And number 1 says the act or action of defending. Now, going back to that article, it said that Kanye was going to war. All right. Said he's going to war. But according to that Defcon 3 definition, he would be defending himself. But this is how they set the narrative. And again, you see how the word war is in all caps. This is how they set the narrative. Number one, this guy has a huge following on social media. Okay, and if you recall, in a few years ago, the same thing happened with Nick Cannon, Deshaun Jackson, and Ice Cube. They ended up all coming back and apologizing. Okay, so you can best believe that they're going to do something to this guy for so-called declaring war on Jewish people. Okay, all right. So now we have that understanding of what DEFCON 3 is. So he's not going on the attack based on that definition alone, but the narrative they're setting is that he is going on the attack. So either Kanye did not understand what that definition meant, or they understood it and just felt, hey, we have the power to manipulate it any way we want to, which they do. That's what the media does, okay? Especially when it's owned and run by the people. He's saying that he's going. They're saying he's going to war with. All right. Uh, and then now, so let's go ahead and get that. We know through various videos that the so-called Jewish or 1948ers go all the way back to the tribe of Amalek, who is the direct grandson of Esau Edom. All right. So his claim that their black people are also Jewish too. Well, no such thing as black people. All right. That's the first thing. Um, Second, Jewish is, to be like, okay? To be like. And Jewish is Jewish. Jew is actually short for Judah, which is the southern kingdom, Judah, Levi, and Benjamin. So that's only three tribes, okay? When there's a total of 12. All right. So when it comes to um, that, first of all, let's get the term anti-Semitic here. All right. Got an article here on that. And this is from this website called Got Questions. All right. So it's who are Semites? And it says Semites are a group of Near Eastern and African peoples descended from Shem, called the father of the Shemites. Shem was the son of Noah. He and 7 other members of his family entered the ark and escaped the flood and lived to repopulate the earth. Through Shem passed the line of the Messiah, Yahushua HaMashiach. Shem's great grandson, Eber, was the father of those who were eventually called the Hebrews, including Abram, whose name was later changed to Abraham. All right. And then it goes on to show the lineage, which I'm going to show here a little bit shortly. All right. But let's get down to this part. Today, and it reads, today, anti Semitism is a term that has come to mean prejudice or hostility toward Jews as a religious, cultural, or racial group. According to the Encyclopedia Britannica, the word anti Semitism was introduced in 1879 by Wilhelm Marr, a German agitator who used it to describe anti Jewish campaigns that were taking place in Central Europe at the time. The term is, in fact, a misnomer, as true anti Semitism would imply discrimination against anyone of Shemitic descent, including Arabs, Ethiopians, and Semites. So that's pretty cut and dry. This term, anti-Semitism, is only 143 years old. Okay, and Amalek, the direct grandson of Esau Edom, took it and made it exclusive to himself. That's what he does. It's according to Malachi, Salakia, Micah 2 and 2. He oppresses a man and his heritage. Just roughly paraphrasing. So you're gonna take a whole lineage and make it exclusive to yourself. And when I say that, this is what I mean. Let's get to the lineage chart here. All right. This is a genealogy of Shem, as was mentioned in that article. Okay, so everyone under Shem is Shemitic. Okay, now Amalek, who's a direct grandson of Esau Edom, he's Shemitic also. You will see that down in the middle of the page, Esau, the Edomites, okay, next to Isaac, Jacob, and the Israelites, all right? So he is Shemitic, but look at how many, progenitors you take that term away from when you make it exclusive to you, the 1948ers in the land, okay? And how do we know it's him? This is his lineage, okay? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, all right? You see Esau over to your left. You slide down on the left side of this genealogy chart, and Eliphaz, okay? And when you go to the right of Eliphaz, the wife is Timnah, all right? And he's the first son, Duke Amalek. And this particular line over here that goes to the right of Duke Amalek and just below under Mizah, it says, here we have the origin of the Amalekites, who were the first to attack Israel, okay? And we know that, when we were exiting Egypt, they were coming up behind us, killing our old and young. Okay, so this war goes way back. It started with Esau. When he said, "At the days of my father Isaac are at hand, I'm going to slay my brother Jacob," according to Genesis 27:41. But it never stopped. Okay, and like it says, they were the first to attack Israel. This is when we were exiting Egypt. Okay, going into the land that we were promised. All right. So yeah, this is a huge deal here because, like I said, they're going to make this a psyop to come down hard on the Hebrew Israelites. Okay. Like I said, Kanye has a huge following. No big deal to us, but we know, according to the scriptures, that article said, he's declaring war on them. We're not supposed to do that. Let me get that in the book of Romans 12. I went too fast. And I want to say 17, 19. And it reads, dearly beloved. And we know beloved is the meaning of David. That's the meaning of his name, which is the tabernacle of David. Okay, the elect, the house of David. Avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith Yahweh. Okay, I will repay. And this is important when it comes to Amalek. Vengeance is his. And this is why that's important. This is Exodus 17. We'll start at verse 14. And it reads, and Yahweh Bashem Yahushai said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in a book, and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua. For I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. Verse 15. So that's, he's going to utterly put him out under heaven, like he will exist no more, done away with. That goes into Obadiah 1 and 18, once Edom is done with their servitude and, served out their punishment, they're going to be destroyed ultimately, all right, for good. Verse 15, and Moses built an altar and called the name of it Jehovah Nisi, for he said, because Yahweh Bashem Yahushai hath sworn that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. So the war is between Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and Amalek, okay? Not us. Not us. That's one of the reasons he told us not to avenge ourselves, okay? Because this, we go out and do that, we're just setting ourselves up for failure because we know, according to Psalm 17:13, that the wicked is his sword, the wicked being Esau Edom, according to Malachi 1 and 4, all right? So, we just need to sit tight and, let this thing play out because, Amalek is going to have his day. He's going to have his day, and that's for sure. But like I said, they're going to use this for a psyop to come down hard on the Israelites. We know this is one of the things that they need. Of course, they'll have more false flags to really come down. We already know about the Project Megiddo, King Alfred Plan of Rex 84, the Kissinger Report, and recently the names of the what they call the Black Hebrew Israelites. Again, there's no such thing as black. Was entered into a congressional hearing as domestic terrorists. Really, okay. Some reports have said that that the Hebrew Israelites would be as dangerous as the Ku Klux Klan. Okay, out reading the Bible. Here again, that's because they know what their latter end is. They can't get to the Most High, so what do they come for next? His chosen people. All right, they come for His chosen people, and that's what they're doing right now. Like I said, going to come down hard with those programs. Okay, like I said, it's called a King Alfred Plan, Rex 84, the Kissinger Report, um, the Black Identity Extremists, which was renamed to Operation Iron Fist. And for the most part, all they did was just change the name, okay? So, with that said, I'm going to move on to this video just to show you how this narrative is going to take off, all right? About us causing harm to them. Now they're the victims. And then I'll give my input on that.
In a matter of just days, Kanye West had his accounts on Instagram and Twitter suspended due to anti-Semitic posts like this one on Twitter. On Instagram, Kanye posted an alleged chat between him and P. Diddy, where he accused P. Diddy of being under the influence of Jews. Suspended from Instagram, he went to Twitter for the first time in years and posted what you just saw. Well, that was deleted by Twitter, and then the following day, he was suspended. Here's the thing, Kanye dabbled in some pretty classical anti-Semitic tropes, accusing Jews of having all the power, accusing Jews of being only motivated by money, and also saying the real Jews aren't actual Jews. These thoughts have gotten Jews killed throughout the centuries. The only way to fight anti-Semitism is to squash it and to invest in education, because we, Jewish people, know the very deadly consequences of letting things like this fester.
All right, the actual nerve of that dude. I'm gonna get some points. First of all, he said that P Diddy was being controlled by the Ish people, and we know that they control that entire industry. Okay, heck, the earth was given into their hands according to Job 9:24. Okay, he also went on to say that in 2020 that they were the most targeted group for hate crimes. All right, in 2020, and if I recall, wasn't the country shut down for 25% of the time, like 3 months in 2020? Um, and I'm sure that those hate crimes still don't add up to the hate crimes that were committed against Jake, especially during the protests. All right. And yeah, it's just interesting, and how he cannot see that they control everything. All right. Just look at when we have Israelites that get so high, with them, and let's say, for example, Michael Jackson and Prince, wanted to own their masters, start speaking out against them. Well, you know where they are right now, okay? And who knows? The same thing can be headed towards Kanye West for what he said. They're going to go after him one way or the other for saying what he said, because it's spreading all over, and like it says, the narrative is being set that he's going to war with them when Defcon 3 uh, is totally opposite. But here again, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, and they're setting the narrative. They are setting the narrative. All right. And he says that Jews have all the power, and Jewish have all the power. And it's like, dude, are you living under a rock or are you just lying? I think it's the latter of the two because they know. All right. And just to give you an idea, I pulled up some memes. There are actual articles that go with these
Matter of just days.
to show you that they do have a lot of power. Let's start off with this is Meyer Amschel Rothschild. He said, "Remember, my children, that all the earth must belong to us Jews." Okay, so he's making that lie back then, knowing that they're not the real people. Okay, this was 1812. Okay, 1812. I believe it was Jacob Rothschild who had the um, Balfour Declaration in his hands. Declaring the land uh, for the imposters. Okay, he says, "Remember, my children, that all the earth must belong to us Jews, and that the Gentiles, being mere excrements of animals, must possess nothing." All right, so that goes back into what this guy, what's his name, Schwab, says. You will own nothing and like it. Well, when you do the research on him, he goes right back to this family. Okay, he goes right back to this family. All right, and Rothschild are the on the UK side, and the Rockefellers are here on the US side. Same family line, same bloodline. All right, and what else did he say? Um, yeah, this is something else that Meyer, I'm sure Rothschild said. "Permit me to issue and control the money of a nation, and I care not who makes its laws." Well, didn't that guy said, all they care about is money? Try to dismiss that claim. Well, here it is, right out of the horse's mouth. And like I said, these are memes that you typed in the quotes and on the internet, it'll come up with the story. But I chose to pick images for the purpose of this video. All right. So yeah, he said this too. And there were some other things that were said. Them having control of the medical industry. All right. The headline right here: How Rockefeller founded modern medicine and killed natural cures. Okay, there's videos going around about the basis of the natural cures are still in part, but however, he added petroleum to them. Okay, which caused cancer. Okay, and then he went and started the Cancer Foundation. Just he's giving you the cure and making you sick at the same time. It's a vicious circle. All right. Let's see, what else did he have here regarding the pharmaceutical industry? Yeah, I helped start the pharmaceutical industry, worked to outlaw hemp, hijacked the educational system, co-founded the Federal Reserve. There's that money control again, with J.P. Morgan and the Rothschild family, funded the United Nations, and helped found the Council of Foreign Relations. You were taught I'm a hero entrepreneur, but I was actually one of the biggest enemies of the American people. Same thing today. Nothing's changed. All right, and now they're trying to make it such that you can't say anything against these people and Soros. Okay, but here it is. If this is really that bad, they would have taken it down. All right. John D. Rockefeller bought out competitors in a 6 week period. This is for the founder of Standard Oil, okay, known as the Cleveland Massacre. First U.S. Business Trust. Standard Oil's monopoly on the oil industry led to the Sherman Antitrust Act of 1890. Okay, so yeah, he bought everything up. But here again, Standard Oil, of course, was known for the petroleum. So, he was using that petroleum in pharmaceutical medicine, which was known to cause cancer. And then he turned around and created the National Cancer Society. Okay, what else do I have here? Oh, yeah, owning all the media. Okay, owning all the media outlets. All right, there you have it, right there. All right. Uh, this is for the education. I don't want a nation of thinkers. I want a nation of workers. John D. Rockefeller created the General Education Board in 1903. All right, and this guy is saying that they don't have control of a whole lot. All right, let's keep going. Here's the meme on the books. Okay, today the Rockefeller family own and control three of the big four school textbook publishing houses: Simon and Schuster, Harper and Collins, Random House. The Rockefeller family also owns McGraw-Hill Publishing, Little Brown and Company, Macmillan Company, Viking Press, Saturday Review, Business Week, uh, and Book of the Month Club, among others that are unnamed. So, yeah, there's a lot going on here. All right, and then this guy went on in that video and said, we're talking about Kanye saying the real Jews aren't the actual Jews. Well, dude, you're not. You're not. There's one tribe in the Holy Land right now. It's supposed to be 12 tribes. Okay, and where's King David? Where's Yahushua? Why are we about to go to war? Okay. Why is that? If you are the people, there's no evidence of you going through any of the curses. The claim of your people is that you always knew your heritage. No, the scriptures tell us, according to Jeremiah 17:4, we were discontinued from our heritage. Okay. So here again, why are we at war? You know, about to go to war. It said when the real people are in the land, there will be no more war, according to Isaiah chapter 2. Okay, said King David would be back, according to Ezekiel 37 and Ezekiel 34. Where is he? All right, where is he? Where are the other 11 tribes? You know, where are they? If you are the real people, but you're not. We know that. Okay, and that's what you can't stand. Here again, I don't side with Kanye at all, but with that platform, it's going to hit. It's gonna get out to some people, and they have heard us too, and like, wait a minute, we hear those guys out on the street saying this. It must be some truth to it. Of course, they don't want to believe us, because we're not rich. We look poor to them, and the guys in the shower curtains. We've been telling you the truth the whole time. All right. And then he goes on to, you gotta, you gotta read. They don't read other books. No, you're not the real Jews, and your own people told on you. Charles Weissman, who was Esau Edom. Okay, Arthur Kessler, who wrote the 13th Tribe. Henry Ford, okay, who wrote the International Jew. All of those books are available. I think they took the International Jew out of print though. Last time I checked, I think they took that one out of print. Okay. And then he goes on to say, this type of anti Semitic thinking, well, uh, has gotten them killed for centuries. Well, first of all, you took that heritage from quite a few people, as I showed you in this um, chart here. Everyone under Shem is Shemitic. That article told you that, okay? Everyone under Shem is Shemitic. You took it and made it exclusive to you, okay? Made it protect you. All right. But, that's your nature. You hog everything to yourself. Okay. Everything. You leave nothing. All right. You have to have it all. You're never satisfied with anything. All right. And then, it goes on, he said, well, this type of thinking has gotten us killed for centuries. Well, consider what you did, you know, with us exiting Egypt. Considering your part in not only owning the ships of the transatlantic slave trade, but financing it, financing the whole slave trade. You know, consider now what you're doing. Okay, to people in the entertainment industry. Look at all the bloodshed you have against the other Shemitic people. the Palestinians and the Iranians. Okay, what about that? You know, you've killed a lot more people than a lot of your people have been killed by others. You know, that's for certain. Okay, and then he's talking about we need to squash that and re-educate people. No, we don't want your education. I just showed you who controlled it and what he said about it. He didn't want a nation of thinkers. He wanted a nation of workers. Okay, and then use your people who were Confederate, Psalms 83, to make sure we never remembered who we were. Okay, your people who did that. Along with your other cousins, Edom. Just go look at that list in Psalms 83. The Confederate that came against us to make sure that Israel was no more in remembrance. Okay, you were the head of that. You were the head of that. How do we know you were the head of that? Because the earth has been given into your hands. Second Ezra 6:9 it says, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." Well, we're not in power right now, Jacob. So that means you're still in rulership. Okay, and it's led by the chief tribe of Amalek. I just showed you how much they own. You know. All right, let me get that. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 24, I believe, verse 20. And it reads, "And when he looked upon Amalek, your so called Jewish people today, he took up this parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, that's being the chief nation of Edom. Okay. But his latter end shall be that he perish forever." All right. And the elites know that. That's why they're doing what they're doing right now. The elites know that. All right. I'm going to close out with Deuteronomy chapter 25, beginning at verse 17. Okay. And it reads, "Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way, when ye were come forth out of Egypt." And yes, we are remembering that now through the Spirit. Yes, we are remembering that, you know, and to this day, what you're doing right now. As the scriptures say, let me get that, just get that in Ecclesiastes, jump to that real quick. Don't want to butcher it. 7 and 7. "Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart." So yeah, we are feeling that oppression from the past, considering what you're doing right now, okay, and knowing who you are and what you've done, okay. And a gift destroyeth the heart. That's that gift is going to the 2/3 of our people. They get satisfied with anything, as long as they can feel that love from Esau, Edom. All right, I'm going back to that Deuteronomy chapter 25. I'll start at 17 again and go on through. It says, "Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way when ye were come forth out of Egypt." Okay. Verse 18, "How he met thee by the way and smote the hindmost of thee, even all that were feeble behind thee, when thou wast faint and weary, and he feared not Yahweh." So he didn't care. He knew we were the chosen people. Okay. All right. But that was their lot to be smitten, even the ones who were feeble, that they couldn't help themselves. That was their lot. All right. At that time, like the scriptures say, whoever perished being innocent. All right. Verse 19. And it reads, "Therefore it shall be, when Yahweh thy power hath given thee rest from all thine enemies round about, in the land which Yahweh thy power giveth thee for an inheritance to possess it, that thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek from heaven. Thou shalt not forget it." Okay. So, to you, Jake's so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, just like they constantly put the Holocaust in your face, okay, this is what you remember, what they did to us, okay? This is what you remember. Don't you forget it, and remember, avenge not yourselves, as it is written, vengeance is the Lord's, okay? So stay prayerful, repent. Like the scriptures say, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, all right? And, do your very best to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, rehearsing the righteous acts, doing your due diligence to make the calling of your election sure. All right, with that, I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who were well in teaching us this 100% truth. Salutations to them and my fellow Akim who labor in this truth week in and week out on the highways and byways. Also, salutations to the hopeful elect of the scattered 12 tribes of Israel, scattered to the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird. To you I say Shalom, Abba Babal, Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.